rich cultural heritage of Himachali Pradesh through engaging video content, helping to bring the region's traditions and stories to a broader audience. And with him is Sujata Sharma, originally from the quaint village of Randal in Kulu district, Himachali Pradesh, currently serving as a hospital manager in London. Deeply passionate about her roots, Sujata is dedicated to spreading the rich Indian culture with a particular focus on the raw and untouched traditions of Himachali Pradesh. Her pride in her heritage shines through in all her endeavours. So please welcome to the stage.
Namaste, good evening. My name is Sujata Sharma and I'm from Himachal Pradesh. Today I'll tell you something about Himachal Pradesh on the occasion of South Asian Heritage Month. But before I start my discussion, I just want to give you a bit of perspective. And we have a video here made by my partner Deepak Rose. I just want to share that video first and then I'll start with the conversation. Thanks. So the video you just saw is a glimpse of a rich deity culture we have in Himachal Pradesh. Whenever I meet anyone and I introduce myself, I'm from Himachal, there's always this impression from the other side. Oh, a beautiful state, snowy mountains, innocent people, and of course apples. And that is true. But that is just one of the layers. Today I will try and unfold with one more unknown and unique layers of Himachal Pradesh here today. So Hinduism have many paths to find the ultimate truth. हमारे इस हिमाचल के क्षेत्र में देवी देवताओं की पूजा करने की सदियों पुरानी परंपरा है और ये देवी देवता भगवान का ही अंश है। तो हमारे यहाँ हर एक गांव का एक अपना देवता होता है, जो अभी आपने वीडियो में देखे वो हमारे हर एक गांव में देवता होते हैं एंड इन्हें हम इष्ट देवता कहते हैं। हर एक देवता की अपनी कोठी होती है, सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक अ पैलेस वी कैन से, एंड हर एक देवता को काम को मैनेज करने के लिए पर्टिकुलर कमिटी होती है और जो उसमें लोग काम करते हैं उन्हें कारदार कहते हैं। इवन हमारे देवताओं के अपने म्यूज़िकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होते हैं और इनको बजाने वाले लोगों को भजंत्री बोलते हैं। एंड along with that इनके अपने रथ palanquins होते हैं जिस पे हमारे देवता travel करते हैं. There is one very interesting thing कि जो हमारे यहाँ पे लोग हैं हम अपने देवताओं से directly communicate करते हैं. What does that look like? If you have noticed in the video in the beginning, we have religious people that's chosen by the deity himself. We call them Gur. So with the help of that mediator, we villagers, we all people in the locals, we try to communicate with the deity. और ये किस तरह का communication होता है? That can be हम अपनी personal problems से लेकर social problems को देवता के साथ discuss करते हैं. Obviously to seek solutions and their blessings. So basically Devta is more like our family members. They are always included in everything, good or bad both. यहाँ तक कि हमारे जो देवता हैं उनके अपने fairs होते हैं, मेले होते हैं और इस मेले में सारे ही आसपास के गांव के देवी देवता उसमें participate करते हैं. सारे देवी देवता एक दूसरे से मिलते हैं. कुल्लू दशहरा, मंडी शिवरात्रि and फाग मेला ऑफ रामपुर बुशहर कुछ ऐसे ही हमारे local fairs हैं. अगर आपको कभी opportunity मिले and if you will witness these fairs तो आप इस culture को और भी ज़्यादा नज़दीक से experience कर पाएंगे. Our deities, they dance in these fairs and people perform traditional dance known as Nati with our deities. Like I mentioned in video as well, many Rishis Yogis in the past, they have done their Tapasya and Sadhana for thousands of years in our region, and you can still feel that cosmic energy when you visit the place. And for this event in particular, I want to share one folklore that is very famous and that belongs to very interior part of Himalayas with you all. So according to folk tales and legends, this story dates back to different periods. Some suggest it dates back to Mahabharata period and some suggest it dates back to Banasura period. So here it starts. There was a king named Bhambu Rai. Bhambu Rai was a legendary king who lived at a place court along with his deputy and his brother. Soon he became a hero by virtue of his strength and charity. According to folklores, he was so powerful that he used to go for morning bath to a place called Duttnagar, and it's 20 miles on the bank of river Satluj. He will return back from that place and then go to another place 20 miles on the other sides of the hill for his daily prayers. So basically, this king used to travel 100 miles in 6 hours in the morning every day. He was a justice-loving, truthful and obedient king. He was the ultimate devotee of Lord Shiv and Shakti. After his daily puja, he used to play chopper. It's more like a chess game with Chosant Yogini at a place called Moral Kanda. A Yogini is a female master practitioner of Tantra and Yoga who devoted all her life away from family into the spirituality. So one day when this king and the Yoginis, they were playing chopper, he became fascinated by the Yogini and he proposed her. Because Yogini has vowed spirituality, not be involved in any relationships, so the enraged Yogini cursed him that one day he will die due to his lust. So after that, many years passed. One day this king set out towards the forest for hunting. While hunting, he met a beautiful woman in the forest. And the king was fascinated by her beauty. So he proposed her and proposed her to become his queen. This woman accepted the marriage proposal by keeping 2 conditions. One condition, king will not ask anything about her family or clan. Second condition, he will not restrict her for whatever she asks to eat and will provide it to her. Pretty weird conditions, but king did not feel that. King agreed to both the promises and brought her to his palace, and they started living happily, at least for a few days. After a few days, Queen asked the king to fulfill his promise Queen reminded him and requested for the meat. Surprised by the queen's desire, the demand put the king in a fix, as it was against his ethics and against his devotion towards the god. He was basically a devotee and never had meat, never cooked. So at the same time, he was also committed to this promise to the queen. So he called his advisors to discuss this problem and ordered them to arrange the meat, but kept one condition: no creature should be killed. So he said, arrange a meat, but no creature should be killed. Advisors were obviously confused, as if how to provide meat without killing any creature. They could not think of anything better than providing the meat of the breasts of women, and started feeding the queen with the meat. There was a wave of anger in the state. People got angry with this inhuman act. King was on the other side, was blind by love and promise, and the atrocities started to cross the limits. Fed up with the atrocities of Raja Bhambu Rai, locals went to their Devta Palthan, the local deity of that area. Devta Palthan advised locals to organize a fair and invite the family of Bhambu Rai. Devta said, I will come disguised in the form of a golden bird. Moment Bhambu Rai will be distracted, cut everyone's head at one go, because you will not get any second chance. So, on the day of a fair, a unique bird came and was so unique and attractive that everyone got engaged in watching this bird. The bird dropped the fruit of Kyle tree, which fell on the eyes of Bhambu Rai. Bhambu Rai started rubbing his eyes. Taking advantage of the situation, locals who were already ready, they chopped Bhambu Rai and his ally's head. The queen, who used to eat the flesh of living beings, disappeared and nobody could ever find her. It is said that all this was the result of the curse given by the yoginis to King Bhambu Rai. This ended the rule of the state of Bhambu Rai in court state. However, later on, his spirit will start tormenting the locals. So in order to give and provide peace to this Bhambu Rai spirit, our Devta Palthan gave him space alongside himself, and separate temple was even built for him. Today, every 12 years, Palki, or the palanquin of Bhambu Rai, comes out at night. The children and women shut themselves in the house when the palanquin is out in the night. So this was the folklore. It's a very famous folklore that's been passed from generations to generation, और जो आज हम सभी के बीच भी पहुंच पाई है. This Dev Sanskriti of Himachal bind the people together in certain ways. People have managed to keep alive old age traditions and core values in today's time as well. And we younger generations also follow the same traditions which are being given to us by our ancestors. I want to end my conversation with a shlok from Rigved. And I will just say it out in Sanskrit. Ekam sad vipra bahu vadanti yamam matri shwarmahu. Basically, it translates, truth is one, but the wise men know it is many. God is one, but we can approach him in many ways. Thank you. किया अपना साउथ एशियन हेरिटेज मंथ, अपनी हिमाचल की संस्कृति को यहाँ पे
फ्लॉन्ट करते हुए nervous and excited both.